Hello again, it's Victoria Billington with the Kody Sold My Home team in Springfield, Missouri. Today, I'm going to give you the real life pros and cons of Springfield, Missouri. I have lived in this area my entire life. So what better person to tell you about the pros and cons of living here? If you want to stay up to date on the area, hit the subscribe button, ring the bell, give me a like, shoot me a comment, or all of the above. I'm going to start by talking about the cons, and this first one is kind of both a con and a pro, but we'll get there later. But oh my gosh, the weather is insane. Like, we have so many jokes about the weather. One of my favorite things that floats around the Facebook world is this meme because it is entirely accurate. It's not even really a joke because it's true, but we can have 4 seasons in one day. I've seen it happen. It's been like 90 degrees and like snowy, and then it rains. And I mean, it's like the most inconsistent ever. I've seen ice lightning storms, tornadoes. I've seen it snow at the end of May. I've seen like 5 feet of snow. I've been through winters where there isn't snow at all. I've had Christmases where I'm wearing shorts and a tank top. But I've also had Christmases where it like snows and it's this beautiful, magical wonderland. It's bizarre. Like, that has to be the biggest con. Like, the joke around here too is like, don't check the weather because it's gonna change 5 minutes from now. Even if you come to visit, just like pack everything for all of the seasons. Speaking of tornadoes are a big fear that people have moving here from like the coastal regions. They're not as common as you think that they are, even though there's like movies about it. To be fair, moving from a coast, like I can't imagine dealing with like hurricanes on a regular basis or earthquakes. But I understand the tornado fear. If you're not used to it, I get it. We do have basements. Not all of the houses here have basements though. And that's another common misconception. Some of the states just north of Missouri, most of their homes have basements. And so when they come down here, they're like, what is a crawl space? Springfield, Missouri does not experience a lot of tornadoes in the city because it's technically a plateau. So east of 65 and like northeast of Springfield gets more of the tornado activity than the middle of Springfield. On number 2 would have to be the road construction. There is always road construction. I've never not experienced road construction, and I'm sure that that's a thing everywhere. Like, there's just always road construction, but I feel like it's made worse here because the drivers are insane. Lots of speeding, lots of aggressive drivers, lots and lots of road rage here. And then like the work zone, like drastic changes make it even worse. Like, for example, a couple weeks ago, we had a huge, major intersection on our highways shut down because of a sinkhole. So that was super convenient. Con number 3, crime rates. Springfield, Missouri has a population of about 170,000. If you go to neighborhoodscout.com, you can actually type in Springfield, Missouri. You can do all the research that you want about crime rates, especially if you're relocating here from another area. Highly recommend that. Always tell my clients to do that. That way they can kind of do their own research and decide which area they want to live in based on that. It's always important to feel safe where you're living. Con number 4 is the lack of walkability and the lack of public transportation, or access to public transportation, I guess. We are not a very walkable city. There are places downtown that if you own a condo or you're renting a loft downtown, like you can walk to some of the restaurants and coffee shops. Shout out to Mud House. I literally drink Mud House coffee every single day. But there are some parts of downtown that you can walk to get, I mean, kind of, you can get groceries. But the public transportation in Springfield is just buses, and it's not great. I have high hopes for the future for public transportation, but I don't know, there is nothing in the works to make it better. So that would be a con for sure. All right, let's talk about the positives, because I do love my city. Pro number one, the weather. I have visited a lot of places throughout the United States. One thing that I do love about this area is that there is 4 seasons. We, you know, even if it's in one day, we do experience a beautiful, beautiful spring. We have amazing summers. We have like picture perfect falls, like literally picture perfect, and beautiful winters. The landscape is beautiful. We have greenways, lots of hiking, rivers, lakes. It's just beautiful. Like, I never get tired of it. Pro number 2 has to be the food. Springfield, Missouri actually has a pretty vast food scene. We have wonderful coffee shops, breweries, local restaurants. No qualms. Love the food here. Pro number 3 is the cost of living. Springfield's cost of living is 10% lower than the national average, and housing costs are 20% below the national average. So, you know, you have like California, and then you have Missouri. Pro number 4 is the job market. Springfield, Missouri houses a ton of huge companies like Amazon and Costco and Bass Pro and O'Reilly's and 3M and Jack Henry and Chase, and there's so much opportunity here, and we just continue to grow. And especially when we branch out into talking about the other suburbs, there's so many things that those places have to offer as they grow rapidly as well. And I love that about this town. I mean, you can get from one side of Springfield to the other in 20 minutes. And I mean, if there's not road construction. And then, you know, if you live outside of Springfield in a suburb, you could be a 30-minute commute and have 40 acres of land if you wanted. It's magnificent. So that is the pros and cons of living in Springfield, Missouri. Join me next time for a very brief history of Springfield, Missouri.